קיבלתי היום דיווח מפורט על השיחות בקהיר. אנחנו פועלים כל הזמן להשגת מטרותינו, ובראשן שחרור כל חטופינו, והשגת ניצחון מוחלט על חמאס. הניצחון הזה מחייב כניסה לרפיח וחיסול גדודי הטרור שם. זה יקרה, יש תאריך.
Hamas has rejected Israel's ceasefire proposal after talks in Cairo, which included Qatari and Egyptian mediators, as well as the CIA director from the US. The US presence at the meeting underlined rising pressure from Israel's main ally. But now, after the negotiations seem to have hit a deadlock, Netanyahu has gone ahead and announced that victory over Hamas requires Israel's entry into Rafah. He said that there's a date it will happen. Rafa has been Gaza's last refuge for displaced Palestinians. Israel had pulled back some forces from areas in southern Gaza, after which Netanyahu got a report on the talks that took place in Cairo. Now he's warned about entering Rafah. Over 1 million Palestinians are crammed into Rafah, short of food, water and shelter, as they escaped Israel's offensive. Foreign governments have been urging Israel against storming Rafah, since that would lead to a bloodbath. US, Israel's most significant ally, also says that a Rafah invasion would harm civilians, and ceasefire along with the release of hostages should be priority.
We have made clear to Israel that we think a full-scale military invasion of Rafah would have an enormously harmful effect on those civilians, and that it would ultimately hurt Israel's security. So it's not just a question of Israel presenting a plan to us. We have made clear to them that we think that there is a better way to achieve what is a legitimate goal, which is to degrade and dismantle and defeat the Hamas battalions that still remain in Rafah.
Leaders of Egypt, Jordan and France also released an opinion piece calling for a two-state solution and ceasefire, saying that an Israeli military operation in Rafah would threaten regional escalation. Many Israelis have also urged their government to abandon plans of entering Rafah, especially amid pressure from the United States. They say that Hamas could be neutralized by sealing the border with Egypt. Meanwhile, Netanyahu's own coalition partner, the National Security Minister, threatened to withdraw support if Israel doesn't attack Rafah. So while Netanyahu is facing international pressure to dial down the offensive, his own coalition partner seems to want the opposite. How it all plays out and whether or when Israel actually enters Rafah is something the whole world is keeping an eye on.